What's going on, y'all? Man, another day, another dollar. Another day, another chance to talk about these Cowboys, man. I wanted to come by, man, and talk about some of the findings that I had on my second go around. Um, I'm waiting on that all 22 to drop for me, man. I don't know. So when that all 22 dropped for me, shoot, I'll be able to get a real good look at certain type of players, man. So we waiting on that. I think it might have probably already dropped. Might have dropped today, probably. So I'll probably check it after this. But I did go back and look at this film and come up with some findings. Also, we was gonna take it another direction, but as I get on here, we have some breaking news. We have some breaking news. Breaking news: Mr. Zach Martin is back. Zach Martin is back. Let's be honest. As much as Jerry wanted to go ahead and play some hardball, he was like, man, I'm not even going to attempt to play around with this team. Because he seen them guards wasn't going to cut it. So he's like, man, look, man, Zach Martin, what's your price? What's your price, Zach? You say you want a few more meals, couple more meals. Is this 4 more meals a year going to do it for you, man? Because we need you back, man. Zach, like, yeah, man. We'll go ahead and take care of them fines, man. You ain't got to worry about paying them fines, man. Just please, Zach Martin, come back, Zach Martin. Like, all right, man. Yeah, man. I'll be here. I'll be here. I'll be here this week, man. Thank you. Because I'll tell you what, man. With them guards that I've seen, y'all, on Saturday, boy, your Dak Prescott wasn't going to make it through the season. Dak Prescott wasn't going to make it through the season, y'all. Them guards was horrible. Horrible. Especially Josh Ball, man. Hey, look, man, we just going to just keep it real, man. Josh Ball, hey, look, man, it's just not going to work out. Josh Ball, see, the man is a tackle. And they say, hey, just not working at tackle. Well, off of what we have seen thus far in that preseason game, Josh Ball is not going to work at guard either. Jay Bird. Yeah, we've seen that. Because I was going to talk about that too. With that Zeke signed with New England because he's seen that the running backs that they had should be able to go ahead and roll with them to at least start the season. Now, whether they stay or whatever the case may be is a different story. But Zeke was like, Dowdle was in there running that ball, man. They ain't gonna bring me back. Man, Dowdle was out there running with some power, man. They ain't gonna bring me back, man. Soon as Zeke seen that, he's like, hey, Bill, that offer still stand? Yeah. All right, man, I'm coming through. Yeah, man. It wasn't gonna work out, man. Dowdle ran the ball too good, man, for Zeke to come back. Now, if Dowdle didn't run that ball the way he was supposed to, it might have been entertaining it because Deuce Vaughn was gonna always be a part of this. But the way Dowdle ran that ball, man, they like, man, he might be that guy, man. And to be honest with you, right now, your top 3 running backs is looking like TP, Deuce Vaughn, and Dowdle. Them is your top 3 right now. Because Malik Davis, he had opportunity to run that ball like Dowdle, but he didn't. Let's be real. You know, not saying that he had a bad game, but it wasn't like Rico Dowdle. Rico Dowdle even showed. See, look, I'm going to tell you something. When I was watching, since we're talking on the running backs, and this was going to be a point of emphasis anyway, hey, I seen that fumble that Rico Dowdle had. He was out running angles. That man was fast. It looked like he was on another level than everybody else, outrunning people. So I'm like, And then you got somebody that can outrun you, can return kicks to, and run with some power. Yeah, Zeke wasn't coming back. Zeke wasn't coming back. They just gonna have to figure out that pass, the pass protection thing. But they're gonna have to go ahead, man, and man that and take care of that. Shoot, if anything, man, what you go ahead and do if push come to shove, you put Schoonmaker back there and push come to shove, man, because Schoonmaker can do it. So if you got to do that, then that's what you're just gonna have to do, like an H back type role. So I believe that situation, we needed runners of the football because TP, he not gonna get that. He not gonna get just because he the lead back. He ain't gonna get that lead back type of thing that you like a Derrick Henry or and nah, it wasn't gonna come to fruition like that. He got to share them carries, man. They all gonna get a piece. Deuce gonna get a piece. The third running back, which right now look like Dowder, gonna get a piece, and Tony Pollard gonna get a piece, man. You're gonna see most likely 3 running backs touch the ball every single game, and depending on what's needed for that particular situation, will be whether one running back gets one over the other. But TP will always get the majority of the shares when it comes to running the football. What's going on, T Dub? So yeah, man. That's one thing that you can say that the question is answered. Well, let's hope, that we go ahead and keep that. Now, I'm not saying that the running back competition is over, because it's not. Running back competition ain't over. But let's be honest with you, Rico Dowdle looked pretty good, man. I know the fumble, man, is something that we don't want to see, but that's something that they're gonna get on his line about, and something that can be corrected. He was just a little sloppy with that rock, man. He gonna have to fix that. Yeah. Lucky look, Lucky look solid. Especially that first carry, man. Nice little 8 yard run. Yeah, Lucky looks solid. I like to see him more get more carries. See how he did and do more single back situations and see how he looked next game though. But yeah, he looks solid though. To be honest with you, all the running backs look solid. Malik Davis has some. He had a couple good things going on. Um, and also we're gonna talk about his pass protection thing too, since we already up on that. Oh, give me a second. Where my pen at? What the heck I do with my pen, man? There we go. So I'll look back because normally I gave Malik Davis some flack. So looking at that, even though he was supposed to still pick that up, the blame goes on your offensive lineman. The blame goes on well, let's go on that, because as an offensive lineman, you always taught to pick up what's closer, the closest threat, the most dangerous threat, which is always going to be the inside guy. Josh Ball stepped in, but Waletzko didn't step in to get that in. And Malik Davis was most likely supposed to pick up the outside piece, though. But it looked like he still was kind of late in figuring that out, because I don't think even if he did pick up outside, he probably was going to be late in reading that. But either way, what initiated that was Waletzko making a mental error. So, because Maletzko actually had another mental error, the exact next play in picking up a stunt. So, yeah, because we're going to talk a little bit about this offensive lineman too, because that was going to be my main talking point. But seeing how before I got online, Zach Martin is getting signed, that helps a whole lot. Now you can go ahead, man, and all right, man, now we in business. Now you got that line that we were supposed to have. So Zach Martin gonna go ahead, take these 2-3 weeks, man, knock off that rust, man, be ready for week 1. Zach Martin don't need no preseason games, man. We know what time it is with Zach Martin. So yeah, man, it's good to have him back, because number 4 was gonna get robbed, and he wasn't gonna make it. Because none of your guards, I had confidence enough to go ahead, man, and take over for Zach Martin for however long, even if he was getting the ball out quick, because we would still get the ball quick and the quarterback would still get touched. So yeah, that wasn't a good thing. Would I go get Dalvin? Not right now. No, I wouldn't go get Dalvin because I will still wait on that. I'll still see. I will have to go ahead and does Rico Dowdle give me the same type of energy for the rest of the preseason, right? Does he fall off or does he continue to build up on that game? Because if he does that, then I don't think they touch Dalvin, right? Because eventually Dalvin Cook is going to get picked up, right? So if they do realize, oh, maybe we might need Dalvin, it might be too late. So they're gonna have to really like evaluate this next game and get a good look at these running backs. All of them running backs, Lepke, because look, I know Deuce Vaughn gonna have to still get his though. But look, let's be honest with you, man. Deuce Vaughn is a step above all the rest of the running backs, man. As far as what he brings to the team. So one, I need to see Malik Davis and Rico Dowdle get a lot of these carries, and even Hunter too, though. But I need to see them too, because let's be honest with you, them two is going to get precedent over anybody else as far as that third running back. So I need to see, can they do it or can they not? Because if they can't, either I'm going to look at Lepke or, as you said, I might need to look at Dalvin Cook. But speaking of let's go though, now look, even though Valesco had a few mental errors, Valesco looked good when it came down to him being physical. As far as, and what I mean by the physicality aspect of it is him getting off the ball and him keeping the man in front of him. Valesco didn't have problem in doing that. Valesco actually looked pretty solid in doing it. He looked good doing that. And if they had to say, if y'all ask me right now, do I feel comfortable with Valesco being my swing tackle right now after that game, I can honestly look y'all in the eye and tell you yes. Because the mental errors, that's going to be fixed. Right now, you know what I mean? Now I know he's been here for a year, but this really dang near like his first year because he had a early exit last year, right? So I could tell you right now, I would be comfortable because let's be honest with you, the swing tackles that do come through, it's not like they're starter material. They be making their mistakes and we be having to help them. Y'all know the swing tackles we be getting in the past. We be having to help them and do all that. So if we had to do that, what would be the difference? We just keep it homegrown and continue to build him up. And I honestly think, like I keep saying, like I see bits and pieces on why Valesco can be my starting tackle for the future. He has no problem in keeping that man in front of him. At what 6'6", 6'7", he moves very well. He moves very well. And he got long arms to go ahead and go. And when he learned how to use them long arms, it's over. Because when you got that length, man, you ain't got to go ahead, man, and get off the rock, man, like you Tyron Smith or like you Trent Williams when you got long arms like that. So the blueprint that David Bakhtiari had in Green Bay is the blueprint that I would like for Let's Go to study, because they're similar type of tackles, and I believe that you can go here, man, and get a similar type of player. I'm not saying that he might be David Bakhtiari, but I'm saying he can be a pretty solid tackle. I believe in Let's Go. He just gonna have to get this. He's gonna have to get this down because that's what's stopping him right now. But that's gonna come with experience, though. Now I'm gonna tell you what I am concerned about. Asim Richards playing tackle. Nah. He struggled tremendously. And if we didn't get the ball out, he would have got beat a lot more. He need to go to guard. He couldn't handle, and it is not like the Valesco thing where, okay, man, he a rookie, he young, this is his first action. It seemed like physically it was too much for him as well. He was having a hard time in his get off and laboring and keeping the man in front of him. I'm not high on Asim playing some tackle. I would like to go ahead and see him be a guard where he could be more comfortable. I think his best position is going to be guard, as we've been stating since we got him. He need to go to guard. Now, I know they want to go ahead and cross-train him and everything like that, which is cool, and I'm still not against it, though. But he looked horrible. Horrible. And like I said, I'm not judging his mental, even though that's always in play. But physically, he looked horrible, y'all. Horrible. He was getting beat almost every play. Like if the quarterback would have held the ball like a half a tick longer, he probably would have gave up about 3-4 sacks. And that's just off of the top of my dome piece that I'm telling you that. Because in my film, I made an emphasis to look at the front seven. Um, when at all 22, or I go back, look at it, I'm gonna do more to look at the back end as much as possible. But yeah, man, he looked bad, y'all. Mm-mm. Because like I said, when we first seen what Let's Go play, we like, okay, yeah, he got the athleticism for it. I'm not confident at this point in time to tell you that that man got the athleticism for it, and I can't even blame that on technique though, because even if he had better technique, he would have looked better than that, of course. But it looked like he was laboring and keeping in front of them boys, man. So I'm not too happy about his tackle. Him being that, because you seen Tyler Smith right away being able to fix up what he had in college and be decent and be good enough in practice. So you like, okay, Tyler Smith looking kind of good at tackle, right? You could always see the potential. Like, okay, there you go. I can see the athleticism. He just need to clean that up, clean this up, man. He ain't got that, bro. They need to slide him in, man. They need to slide him in, and I think he. But I do think that that man could be a good guard, though. I do think he can be a good guard, though. Uh, moving on, uh, to Overshown. Hey, look, hey, Overshown on that 3rd and 1. Hey, that man scraped pretty well. I liked what Overshown did. Hey, Overshown, and what I liked about Overshown is that he wasn't scared to shoot his gun. He'll see it. Whatever he's seen, he'll go. And I also like when he was in coverage and he had that flat in his eyes and he passed everything out. He checked everything was good, and he went on ahead and make that play over toward the flats, man. I believe that's probably that safety in him right there, man. You can see, man, he got the instincts for coverage. He got the instincts for coverage, and it looked very well. He looked good out there, y'all. Like I said, man, if anybody had a doubt about Overshown of him having the ability won't be uh, a problem. He just gonna have to go through his ups and downs. Y'all know, as rookies do, especially rookie linebackers, in his eyes. That's all. His eyes. But I think his transition will be smoother than the other linebackers, though, is because he had that background at safety, switching back and forth from safety, backer, safety, backer. So that safety in him is going to allow him to go ahead, man, and be able to go ahead and, at minimum, he'll be good in coverage. But I know when everything moving fast and now you at linebacker and that speed is a little bit, that tempo a little bit more up front. So he might got to get adjusted to that a little bit though. But it's seeming like he's doing fine so far. And we got like another month before the season starts. So that's another month of film work and practice and seeing speed out there. Because if you could do it against speed, right, from side to side, especially in this offense, man, when you go see other people, man, it should be a breeze, man. Practice should always be harder than a game. That's how it always should be. Just like, when I had played ball, man, like we had some real dudes, man. And so like when we go against each other in practice and we go against the game will be so easy because it's like, man, I go against this stud every day in practice, man. Going against you, man, it's like a piece of cake, you know? So we take each other heads off, and then when we go to the game, it's like it's nothing. And I believe that's gonna be the same thing with these boys, with the Cowboys, man. But I like Overshown had a very good game for him coming out. But ghosting though, hey, look, I'm disappointed in a little bit in their ghosting. I didn't like. I seen ghosting. I believe it was ghosting get hooked a couple times. I didn't like that because that reminded me of last year. But I seen even Dante Fowler, even though even though he wouldn't really mistake him as an edge setter, though he fought though. Sam Williams, I see him fighting to keep that edge, man, and he did a good job of fighting to keep that edge. Ghoston was getting hooked. Ghostin was getting hooked, man. And if they trying to try him at end, it just ain't gonna work, y'all. He can go too. Um, it's just like everybody else got a speed, and not saying that gave some decent snaps though, but I didn't like what I seen regarding him. I didn't. On that first TD, they ran a stunt. Uh, what was it? A TE, if I'm not mistaken. It was executed poorly, and he had all day to throw, so he made it happen, y'all. It was executed poorly, man. But that was the reason why right there, man. It just the get off seemed slow, the execution seemed poor. But it's preseason though, so I ain't gonna be hard on them. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be hard on them, but we understand the circumstances. That's something to go ahead and get better in. One thing I like though that put a smile on my face watching that film was looking at that 5 wide, looking at that empty. Hopefully we'll see a whole lot more of that during the season. I love that. I love to see that. I love that empty. And one thing I would love to see in the empty is Mr. Ferguson, because Mr. Ferguson, J Hop, what we call him, J Hop was looking real good going vertical, y'all. Like I said, I think he's gonna have a good year. I think he's gonna have a big year. He's gonna be the beneficiary of Cooks. He's gonna be the beneficiary of Gallup coming back into his own. He's gonna be the beneficiary, man. I think J Hop, man. Yeah, man. I think he's gonna have a big year. Because you got to worry about everybody else. And ain't no linebacker going and like I said, he faster than what people think he is, man. I seen a linebacker, I think it was number 50, struggling to stay with him. If he cooking them linebackers like that, very few linebackers will be able to run with him. Like a Devin White, might be able to go ahead and give him a run for his money. Linebackers like that, but there ain't linebackers like that growing on trees and all around these teams. So, man, there you go right there, man. We talked about Rico. Talked about Josh Ball not being that guy. Also, the Jaguars ran a play. Y'all remember the first game, man, where Tampa Bay kept running that same play. I can't think of the name. I forgot the name, y'all. But they was running that same play and getting they guards and tackles, man, on the outside, hooking our players in, hooking the linebackers. Kirsch will get hooked, Dorrance will get hooked, man. They ran that same exact play, and this time the defense did a whole lot better in fighting to get outside contained. So when I seen that, I was like, oh yeah, coaching got to them, man. They understand, man, that they can't lose contain. They understand that run fits, man, is essential. So that told me that coaching, and that was a point of emphasis this year, was contain, because they did an excellent job in containing that. I think what they got on that was like a minimum gain, maybe like a yard or two or something like that, man. They did pretty well on that play. So that tells me that coaching is in effect on that one. Also, man, I want to give a shout out to Marquise Bell. Looking at him more, man. Look, he reminded me of Curse out there, y'all. Marquise Bell lightweight reminded me of Curse out there. He was doing good in coverage. I was able to look at even him more because he stood out to me watching the game live. But when you go back and look at him, I'm like, oh, dang, he was in on that play too. Marquise Bell was flying around. I believe he had like double-digit tackles, if I'm not mistaken, though. I got to go back and look at the stats, though. But yeah, Marquise Bell was being a force in a run game, coming up and being physical, man. Hey, man, when Kurt's contract is up, I don't think he's coming back, y'all, because you done got your replacement with Marquise Bell, man. Another year in the weight room, another year, man, in the same system. I think Marquise Bell, man, might be your guy to replace Curse, man, when it's all said and done. A cheaper option. Curse will probably gonna get paid somewhere else, man. I don't think Curse gonna be back. I don't think they're gonna give him a contract, especially since you already paid your other two safeties with Hooker and Donovan Wilson. I don't think they'll pay a third, man. I think if anything, if Marquise Bell contract is up, I think they'll give him a little contract though, but it's gonna be cheap than the mud. and then they gonna go ahead, man, and roll with the flow, man. I think that's your guy right there. Cause I'm telling you, he just reminded me a whole lot of what Kurtz does. He looked pretty good out there, man. And he got a lot of tick too. Marquise Bell definitely, man, should be talked about more in being one of the standout players on that defense this past Saturday. Yeah, Marquise Bell was balling. He was balling. Also, I wanted to address, man, Devin Harper. All right. So you know how we talked about last live as far as the type of linebacker that we need, especially with the big boys that we have accumulated, man, to go ahead and keep these linebackers clean. It was so evident, man, when I was watching the linebackers. It was so evident. Look, Devin Harper, man, I'm not saying that he had a bad game, but he just seemed like a step slow. Even when I seen Jabril Cox be on the other side, Jabril Cox will outrun him and beat him to the spot when on Devin Harper's side. Hey, man, you can't be a step slow, right? Not saying Devin Harper just ain't got, ain't just the slow bug. You know, what I mean, not saying he won't be a good linebacker, but I think in this scheme and what we doing and the speed of the game, I think Jabril Cox, man, has got to be the leading candidate for that fourth linebacker spot right now, man. Devin Harper just seemed like a step slow. He would see it. Jabril Cox was all over the place. He was going sideline to sideline, going out chasing. That's what you need from your linebacker, cleaning it up, man, being the cleanup man. And even though Devin Harper come down with a thump, and he's probably one of your more aggressive linebackers when it come down to that, tackle to tackle. But when you got the big boys, man, that's going ahead and making your life easier, it's easier to go ahead and roll with a Jabril Cox, having him free, because Jabril Cox can't do the little things as far as, man, when you got nobody on you and you're a real linebacker and you just running and hit, or you just filling gaps, just having fun, that you shouldn't even be an NFL linebacker if we just being candid. But I seen what Jabril Cox was looking like when he didn't have nobody on him. He was having fun running and hitting stuff. So, man, like I said, man, unless something drastic happens, Jabril Cox got to be lead man in that fourth linebacker. Also, Mozzie Smith, you can definitely see right his play strength being on display. Rookie, man, still showing his strength, man. Mozzie Smith, is pretty much what I saw live. Mozzie Smith, man, he did a lot of good things. Just keep working on the pad level, keep working on your hands, and everything else is gonna keep coming. Keep working on the get off, man. And I think, man, when he get all that down, which he will, I'm very sure of it, because you can see, man, when that man said that he liked to hit, it was definitely evident. I believe a guard was trying to trap him, man, and he pulled, man, and he kind of came. Like, I think he kind of seen it late, but when he seen it, man, he put them pads on him, man, and stopped the guard, man. I'm like, yeah, man, do that dirty work, man. Had that big 330 plus dude, man, do that dirty work for this team, man. Because look, man, your MVPs of this team is going to be the people that do the dirty work. So the Osas, the Hankins, the Mozzies of the world, they gonna do the dirty work, man. The Schoonmakers, dirty work, man. Yo, dirty work people is gonna be the ones that make all of this go. To make your playmakers, man, be them guys. It's the dirty work, y'all. And that's what we went on ahead and drafted. Mozzie Smith, somebody to go ahead and keep the linebackers with. Schoonmaker, somebody who excels in blocking, man, who could play more than one position, man. Overshown, cleanup man as a linebacker, man. Viliami, somebody who stops the run. All these people, man, who gonna do the dirty work, man. Right? You even got Deuce Vaughn to go ahead, man, and get you a 1 yard catch and turn into a 6 yard gain at minimum. Somebody that can go ahead and make something that's so small into something big, or somebody that's going to do the dirty work so others can shine. So that's what the emphasis of what this draft is, and that's what's going to go ahead and determine whether we do big things this year or not. But all in all, from the second time watching that film, I like what I seen, and we need to continue to go ahead and grow. even though Zach Martin is back, y'all, even though Zach Martin is back, you still should have a concern over debt. Yeah. Nah. Yeah. That's gonna come. See with the get off, he's got a repetition that, y'all. That's all, man. He gonna get that down. He gonna get that down. He just gotta keep working on it. And that's gonna be work every day in practice, man. Probably by the time you see him, man, week one, you probably gonna see a whole different Mozzie, y'all. You know, my thing was just, hey, I knew that he was gonna take some lumps as far as being in them trenches, man. Because being in them trenches with them grown men, with them Pro Bowlers, man, with them guys that's out there trying to put food on the table is different from them boys, man, out there, man, who got to get points to eat in college. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot different, man. You going against the top of the top. You know what I mean? So that's an adjustment, though. But one thing that Mozzie Smith got is athleticism. So that's why him getting off the ball won't be a problem. Cause like we seen a big old boy like this man get the edge on tackles in college. We seen a lot of DNs that was coming out struggle getting the edge, but we seen this D tackle capture the edge. So athleticism won't be a problem. Getting off the ball won't be a problem. He just got to repetition it, though, because he can go ahead, man, and be a little lazy and still win. He can just go off of just his talent and win. Now he got to put some technique in it. Now he got to refine that technique. And that's going to come. He's under the right coaching. He's under Dan Quinn. He see Michael Parsons, man. He Osa, man, he's good, man. So he's under, especially with Hankins, that couldn't be the perfect duo or trio around him. With a coach like Quinn, with Hankins and Osa, not even to mention probably the impact that Sharif Floyd gonna have on him, man. He built for success. He just got to go ahead and put it all together. Yep. Yeah. Because pretty soon, man, you're gonna see him at 1 tech, 0, 3 tech, 2 I, 5 tech. You're gonna see Mozzie everywhere pretty soon, But they're not gonna go ahead and put a lot on him right now because he's learning. But once he learn, man, he gonna be it, man. Mozzie a beast. He just, a lot of people, man, want to see excellence. A lot of people want to see they rookies do what Deuce Vaughn do, and it ain't gonna go like that. You know what I mean? Just like with Tolbert. Tolbert gave us a whole year of doubting him. It's like, man, is he gonna be it, man? And then he showed drastic improvement. Sometimes it just take longer for somebody though, but it ain't gonna take no year for Mozzie Smith to get acclimated to this. Like I said, I see him turn it all around. You see a different Mozzie Smith in a month. And then I see, man, by halfway through the season, you're going to start seeing Mozzie Smith really go ahead, man, and really just switch out from position to position. Now, he probably going to play a couple positions early on, but during that year, as we go along, when you see that growth, you're going to be like, dang, Mozzie right here. Dang, Mozzie right there. Dang. You know what I mean? He's going to be all over the place. Hell yeah, Jay Bird. Hell yeah, Jay Bird. Yeah, man. I ain't seen nothing from Gallimore this past game. And I was looking at it. I ain't seen nothing. He quick off that ball, one of the quickest off that ball, y'all. But what I seen when he get off that ball, man, he still would get stuck, man. Nah, man, he done, man. I'll be surprised if they keep him. Bohannon had a better game. Bohannon definitely had a better game. Bohannon did what we wanted him to do. And we're not asking for Bohannon to go ahead and be our starter. We're asking him to just be a rotational piece. And Bohannon can do that for us. He can give us a few plays. I'd rather take what Bohannon give us than what Neville Gallimore gonna give us. Yeah, he done, y'all. Yeah, he done. He done, Jay Bird. Send him packing. Send him packing. I ain't gonna lie, Jay Bird. I can't stand Neville Gallimore. I can't stand him. I just don't like him. I don't think he fits his team. He need him a Rob Marinelli type coach, man. Somebody that's gonna take. He need to go to the Bills or something and go play with Ed Oliver or something. You know, um, I just don't think it's just the way we want to play, the way you see. I knew Neville Gallimore was done for when Sharif said that we're gonna change the way that our D line attacks the O lineman. Because the way that we're changing for the D line to attack the O lineman, that's not Neville Gallimore's game. To be honest with you, that's not even Golston's game. That's why you bring in Fahoku, because that is Fahoku's game. That is Mozzie Smith's game. That's Hankins' game. That's always been Osa's game. That's always been their game. You can even see it. DeMarcus Lawrence, he showed in the past that was his game. Stan Williams can do it. We have the players that can adjust to what Sharif and them wants to do with the D line. Neville Gallimore can't do that. And you can see like a big size difference from Neville Gallimore and the other D tackles. Neville Gallimore looked like a midget. Which goes to show you, like, man, these are the D tackles that we was rolling out there, thinking that we was going to stop this run. Man, you ain't going to do it with no 305, man. You ain't going to do it with no D tackle that's 300 pounds, man, thinking that he going to play from the 1 and the 3. It just ain't going to work like that, you know? So they have to go ahead, man, and do the cleaning up. That's why they got rid of Tristan Hill. He was small. That's why they get ready to get rid of Neville. He's just too small, and in his game, he can't adjust that what they want from him to his game. Unless he mess around and add 10 more pounds. But if he add 10 more pounds, Neville Gallimore, that he'll be slowed down and he'll be no good because that's not his game. Because his game in Oklahoma was getting upfield. He did his best at Oklahoma was getting upfield, but he was hot and cold. But when he was hot, he would get upfield. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm cool. I'm cool, Jay Bird. I'm cool off him. Hey, if I can trade Neville Gallimore to get like a backup guard, though, I'll do it. Or if I can get maybe like a 7 or something like that from him, I'll do it. Because I still think that it needs to be addressed, because although I like the Austin Richards pick, I don't think he's ready right now. He might need a little bit longer. He gonna really need to be up in that film room. He gonna really need the experience. And I'll go ahead, man, and start his development at guard right now. I'll just go ahead, man, and just slide him inside. But we gonna see, because cross training for this team, 97% of the time work. But I think with this 3% and try to train Austin Richards right now, I just think, man, you just slowing him up. Yep, Kelvin can go too. Because even though, like I said, even though Kelvin wasn't a liability, shoot, in the game, if Kelvin was going against a starter, Kelvin would be cooked on that play when he was trying to face guard that wide receiver. Kelvin would be cooked on that play. Kelvin would have got beat. He probably would have had a penalty or something. So, he still was in retreat mode. He still was in catch-up mode, right? He might have didn't fall for the bait, but he still was in that mode trying to catch up. Man. I don't think, man, either he need a position switch or maybe he just ain't that good. Either way, man, I don't think it's Kelvin Joseph, man, especially what we got so far or who we got at DB. I mean, it's inevitable, man, that Kelvin gonna get he gonna be axed. It's the inevitable. I just don't see it. I don't see it. You bring in Eric Scott. Why you need to bring in Eric Scott if Kelvin Joseph was that guy? So Eric Scott just go ahead, man, and make sure that he put his nose and stop this run. I don't think coverage is going to be, because Eric Scott wasn't no liability last game. But Kelvin Joseph was. Deshaun Wright ain't doing. I ain't see nothing. I ain't see nothing spectacular about what Deshaun Wright did. So, like I said, we got our corner. We got our, you know what I mean, especially with Israel being a tweener and a rookie. You got your four to go to war with off the rip, with Israel being five. And then Eric Scott probably being six if you go long there. If Eric go ahead play that special teams the way that we need to be played, that's your guy, man. There's no room for Deshaun Wright or Kelvin Joseph. There's no room. There's no room. I mean, if you cut him and you're able to bring him back to practice squad, then hey, so be it. Right. Right. Because we got that. We got people who gonna play special teams. Bland probably gonna be on special teams. We got Overshown who gonna be on special teams. You know, we got Cox who could be on special teams and make up for all of that, right? We got linebackers, man, running 4.4s and 4.5s, man. We ain't worried about that. We ain't worried about that at all, man. You know, so so if special teams is his only saving grace and him being a special team ace. See, special teams is what got him another opportunity this year. Because it dang sure wasn't his corner play, you know. So he took that element and embraced being a special teams ace, which he was, and he did an excellent job at it though. But look, man, you're a second round pick, man. Either you're gonna go ahead, man, and show that you can play some corner or whatever position, safety or whatever, or you gotta go. It's as simple as that, y'all. Either you're gonna show that you can play corner, or you're gonna show you can play safety, or you gotta go. Or you gotta go. So I don't know, man. But overall, this team got good depth and good competition. You know, this team is as perfect as it's gonna be, y'all. This team is as perfect as it's gonna be. You know, you can look at the weak spot, maybe say Dak, but Dak is a strength on a whole lot of other teams. So this team doesn't really have any weaknesses. You got rid of Kellen Moore, who was a liability. So this preseason needed to be working on developing their depth and getting the people, man, who's going to go ahead and be rotational pieces and backups or whatever the case may be, time and get them developed for the future. And a lot of the times, and probably this case, in the now. Yeah, Dan Quinn guy. Yeah. Mm. I ain't seen that spectacular from the Shine so far either, though. But I won't. But even though I'm kind of counting them out in my head right now, I'm gonna give him the preseason though, man. You know, I'm gonna look at him, man. I'm gonna look at him, man, and be even killed, man, when I watch him, man. Not already be like, oh, man, see, that's what I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that, man. But I'm gonna have my eye on them though. Should I'm probably get ready to go back, man, and check them out and just look at them two on defense. To be honest with you, like, so what's going on? Why is the Dallas Cowboys bringing these boys back? What is they seeing, man? You know, them be able to pay. See, that's why I hope that all 22 dropped. That all 22 drop, man. We in business. Yep. Yep. That's why I said, man, maybe get one of them players up or a pick, address that, because that does need to be addressed. That does need to be addressed, man. I know Peters, man. Peters got that pizza and beer in him, man. So I think so I don't think Peters, man, he coming back, man. Peters, man, he chilling, man, got his feet up, man. Yeah, man. I think Peters done. You see Peters, man, he was damn near on one leg last year, man. Peters done. Peters got that chicken and beer like Ludacris, man. That boy done, man. That boy Peter's done. But it'd be nice to have somebody because of shoot, Peters would do a whole lot better than what was at hand. I'd rather put Peters at that right guard at that backup position than messing around, man, and having Josh Ball, man. That's a waste, man. Josh Ball is really a waste. It's crazy. It's really crazy, y'all. But like I said, one thing I can say that I'm excited for, man, that I hope that he addresses this next game is with Let's Go and his mental because the ability is there. I think he probably gonna be a swing tackle, unless he just stinks it up and just show that he can't play it. I think he a swing. I think they did it for this opportunity, and hopefully, man, that in the future he can be the starter. And even if he just turns out to be a permanent swing for this team, I think that's a win for where we got him from, for where we got him at. That's a win. But if we could turn him into a starter, that's the biggest win. Because not only is you gonna give him cheap, but you able to go ahead and keep Tyler Smith at guard and make your interior nice. Because one thing that Dak needs is that interior. He need that Lyle Collins. He need that Travis Frederick. He need that Zach Martin in front of him to keep him clean inside. That's what he need. And I believe, man, you got Zach Martin, Tyler Smith, and be honest, that's the closest thing and probably the greatest thing that you're gonna get to that. It's kind of like man, what you call it with Drew Brees when they had like Jari Evans and uh when he had them two Pro Bowl guards in front of him. That's kind of like the same thing, you know. So you got the O line. Now it's time to go ahead, man, and do that thing. Yeah, Josh Ball, man, he just didn't work out. He got a nasty streak to him. That's about it. He has some good, decent, some decent good in the run game, in the run blocking aspect of things. He was decent there, but other than that, man, him picking up, his pass blocking, horrible, horrible. I know Mike McCarthy. That's probably Mike McCarthy probably vouching for him on this one. But hey, Mike, you're gonna let that boy go. You're gonna have to let that boy go because it just ain't gonna work. It just ain't gonna work, y'all. But hey, they can give him the whole preseason, man, and try to go ahead, man, and try at least, but it ain't gonna work. If they can't go get him a backup, then Farniak can make this team. Farniak can make this team. Well, let's go make this team. And your eighth is whatever. Your eighth is whatever. I'd like it to be somebody, man, that you can bring in that can play center and guard. Well, Farniak can do that, but I think you need somebody better though, because I think that out of all the positions on the O line, you can have that addressed to a certain degree and be like functional out there. But one thing I haven't seen yet is a center come in that can be functional there. And I see that they play what was his name, Hoffman, the majority of the game. I didn't really look at him. Maybe I'll go back and look at him, man, and see what's going on, man. See if I missed something right there. Because I was looking at the rookie, with Lesko and Ball the majority of the time. So I'll go back and probably look at that center, see what's going on with that center, man, see if he's somebody that's worth maybe that can go ahead, man, and maybe be in a place of a Farniak, man. And if we need a backup center that can be functional, like a Joe Looney or something like that, you know? If we can have that Joe Looney right there, because y'all remember, man, we went to the playoffs, man, with Joe Looney at center, you know. So we're looking for the next Joe Looney. Because we can get Joe Looney, man, shoot, we cool with that. We cool with Joe. So yeah, I'll probably look at these corners. and look at that center. See what's going on with him. See if he a real boy there. See if he got some potential to be a good backup there. But one thing I know for sure, y'all. Boy, I think, man, like I said, we got a lot of good players though. But one thing you can't afford to miss this year is Tyler Biadasz. That's your glue. He may be the least talented, but that's not no knock to him because he's a very good center. But he's probably the least talented on that offensive line. But from what it looked like, it's probably one of your most important because it doesn't matter. Because remember when we had him, it was we had Zach Morton on him. It was still looking ugly. But when he came back, all of a sudden, man, all your troubles, man, went away. That's that boy right there, man. And they better bring him back. They better give that boy that contract and quit playing. They better give that boy that contract and quit playing. That's why I'm hoping that with Let's Go, because I know they're not about to pay 5 offensive linemen. I know that's not about to happen. So hopefully Awesome goes in and be that guy that'll go ahead and fill in when it's that time. And then Walesko end up being a starter where we could pay Smith, we could pay Terrence Steele, and we could pay Biadasz. If we got that going, we're going to be all right, y'all. We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right, man. Yeah, I'll probably get ready to go, man. Look at this stuff real quick, man. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Until next time, we up out of here, y'all.